Yeah, what's up, kings and queens? We're back again, and as usual, we're going to make a case to see if we can make some sense out of this case with no sense. Right now, I'm going to narrate a little story, but before I narrate that little story, let me go into what happened today in today's case. Right before we do that, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that when we drop more content like this, you are in the loop. Now, Gininda is a, you know, is very stubborn. And on top of that, he lies with the bold face. He just tell you lies with a straight face. No worries in his heart. Now, he even wants to deny the fact that I'm just going to touch on a few pointers today on what happened today because he gave us nothing. He really gave us nothing. But the idea that I got was that he's not a reliable witness. He's even denying his own assertions. Example, in his diary, he wrote, "At this time, I went to this place to interview this accused," right? And then when he's asking, I say, "Can you read that piece?" And he's even actually read it. Now, we found out that he wrote that himself, but he denies that whatever he did with accused number one was an interview. It's like to him is some form of I don't know. Even Rata was helping there. Some form of some kind of communication. I don't know what they call it. You know, it's a shame that the state has to rely on this flimsy evidence, and they have to resort to lying in order for them to win the case. Let's go back to that spot that we were talking about, the AVL, the lie that they are perpetrating. Now I'm going to narrate a little story of what happened for this guy, Mr. Van Niekerk, to eventually come to this court, this case that was going on between Bukoko and he was some member of the special task force, like for the EMPD, Metro Police, Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department, EMPD. Yesterday I said it wrong. Now, this guy was working there. They eventually, he was assigned a car, right, a Ford Ranger. Then this car was fitted with an AVL. Now, Van Niekerk eventually, he was a guy before the pre at C-Track. He eventually testified in that court. Now, his testimony will show you that Gininda and Baloyi and whoever who's at EPMD right now who wrote that affidavit say that no, the cars are not fitted with AVLs is basically lying. Now, let me narrate that story. After that, I will now post the articles and then I will read them to you or just comment on them in a voiceover style. Now, the story goes, Bokorani, who was allocated for the ranger, who is a cop, like working for a special task team, something like that. This guy, he's accused of having been involved in a hijacking of sorts. Now, there was a Ram Korea car, right, which was stopped on the M12 around in Jersey, and then this car was stopped by this guy, this Ford Range, right, which is a cop car. Just imagine that, right? Now we're being told that cops can't do these kind of things, and then as soon as he stopped, other cars approached. Other cars appeared from nowhere and joined this cop, and then the car was hijacked. They were dropped off somewhere at a dumping site somewhere like that. I don't know. These cops like dumping sites, right? I think they know all these dumping sites where they can do whatever they want to do. So there was a shootout, and then some of the robbers were injured, and then some of the cops came to the scene. And one of the lady cops said she realized that no, one of these guys who's an accused is familiar to me. Where did I see this guy? And then they found out, no, this guy, I saw this guy, he was with Bukotwane. When I saw him, like in a totally different setting than this, like just a friendly setting, probably having fun or a party. Now, she remembers this guy is a friend of Bukotwane. And then, now, eventually, it was found out through the AVL that Bukotwane's car was at that scene, at the time that the car was stopped, that the drivers mentioned that they were stopped of the Ram Courier car. So the AVL is the one that pinned him to the scene. And then now, Mr. Van Niekerk's testimony is they have a contract with the municipality, right, to feed all of their cars with the AVL. This is what he said. Now, if all the cars are being fitted with AVL, what is this story about some cars not being fitted with AVL? I think some digging must be done here. Some cases must be brought to court. Some of these documents must be brought to court. I'll even try to see if I can put the case number as a stroke so that if any defense lawyer wants to use that, they can use it, because they mentioned that all the cars are fitted with AVL. So Baloyi is talking crap, and then Gininda and whoever who's at the department of the police who said that some cars were not fitted with AVL. Even Jonathan said it in court in front of the judge. And you know what's amazing about this Judge Rat? He gave orders last week, like a court order, like. But what's so funny about this court order? There's no paper that was given out, like his paper, like, you know, sort of a subpoena to subpoena those records. It was just an order through the mouth, which was relayed to Baloyi, and then Baloyi disrespected that order, and then the judge did nothing to try to correct Baloyi or try to put him in check. It was just an empty order. Now, look at what happened today. How many yeses did he spit out, Mr. Ratze? How many yeses did he spit out? In relation to what he was facing with Mr. Muniz. All these yeses, the yeses and the fits of rage and, you know, throwing tantrums and all that happens when he's dealing with the defense. It doesn't happen when he's dealing with Baloyi. Even though Baloyi is just disrespecting his orders, he told him bring all the AVLs of all the cars. Baloyi comes and mentions cars that were never mentioned. Totally disrespecting his order. So anyway, guys, let me not take too much of your time. I'll just try to narrate just a little bit of that story so that you can see Baloyi's lying when they say cars are not fitted. All the cars are they should be. They are from municipality. They should be fitted with AVL if they belong to a municipality. They should be, because if they're not fitted with AVLs, crooked employees will see a loophole and say, okay, that means we can, siphon cars from here. So anyway, guys, peace. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, comment, let's interact. Peace.